It's beer o'clock on Milo Craft Beer. Today we're going to beer from Birrificio Angelo Poretti, and it's the Bock Rossa, Doppio Malto, 6 Lupoli. There's a look at the label. It's 7% ABV. Quite a big beer. There's a look at the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. The beer was kindly sent to us by our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. Reviewed a few of their beers. Not being overly impressed by what we've had. But we'll see what we have here. So beer in the glass, a lovely red, amber coloured ale, a cherry red colour. A very clear glass of beer. There's no hint of haziness or sediment in the beer. Lots of rolling carbonation, one finger, slightly off-white head. As I mentioned, Beers of Europe, the largest online beer store in the UK. Lots of great beer from lots of different countries around the world. If you've been on holiday, if you've been working away, you want to try the beer that you were drinking while you were away, check it out. You'll probably find it at beersofeurope.co.uk. Okay, on with the review. Let's get the aroma of Bock Rossa. This one seems to have a little bit more substance to it than the previous beers that I reviewed. Slightly maltier, ever so slightly. It's not stupidly malty, but it's got this sweet malt aroma to it. A little bit of caramel, toffee. Yes, it smells okay. Let's dive in. Cheers. Do you know what? To be perfectly honest, this is by far the best beer that I've had from Birrificio. What are they called? Poretti. Birrificio Poretti. Angelo Poretti. This is their best beer by a long shot. Much more of a big malty, bready, biscuity feel in this beer. The other beers, I wouldn't be surprised if they were brewed with rice and they were really off-putting and really not very good. This, although not great, has a little bit more to it than the other beers. So what do I mean by more to it? I mean, there's bready, biscuity malts in there. There's lots of toffee and caramel. There's a slight spiciness in there. There's a little bit of a hot bite on the back end. It kind of reminds me... It reminds me of a regional brewery strong ale. It reminds me a little, in the UK, it reminds me a little bit of Adnam's Broadside, or maybe a strong ale from Green King. Although, as I said, not absolutely great, it's drinkable. I'm trying to think of the beer. Abbot Ale Reserve. If you told me, if you blindfolded me and said, this is Abbot Ale Reserve, or this is Adnam's Broadside, then I would probably believe you. There's no reason not to believe you. It just has that large regional brewery taste to it. That kind of slightly generic cherry-ish taste that seems to be in all of these kind of strong regional brewery beers. What that is, I don't know, but they seem to have some kind of trick up their sleeves to produce something which passes as a stronger ale. And at 7% ABV, this is a stronger ale. Okay, Birrificio Angelo Poretti, Bock Rossa, Doppio Malto, 6 Lupoli. Bit of a long kind of introduction to this beer, big name to the beer, should I say. Yeah, this was Carlsberg, Italy, and it's Olona, whatever that is. Anyway, let's rate this beer then. So as you would expect from a regional brewery, the beer's held its head quite well. It looks very nice in the glass. The aroma is okay of biscuity malts, and the taste is passable. It's got quite a nice malty, bready, biscuity feel to it. It's slightly spicy, it's slightly hoppy on the back end. It's passable. Now, if I was struggling, if I went out to, let's see, like a family do, or went out with friends, and I went into a bar and they just had Carling and Foster's and Carlsberg, then I would probably go with this, and it would probably pass as a beer that I might have one or two of, because it's 7% ABV. If it was slightly less, then I'd probably session it all night, but it's slightly out of sessioning range, but it's passable in that way. So I'm going to quickly rate it and get out of here. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's a 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.